How's it going, guys? Thanks for checking the video out. I want to try and dispel a myth a little bit here, and this is about compressors and side chains and what it does when you actually set that HPF, that high pass filter, on a compressor, because I think it's a little misunderstood. And I've had comments on videos that I've done in the past where people have said that I've not explained it right, or that I've kind of got it a little bit mixed up. I just wanted to kind of clear the air really there and give you a bit of information about what's actually going on when you're applying a side chain to a compressor. So let's have a look. Now, lots of compressors have high pass filters on them. Here it is on the Slate Digital FG Grey. So you've got a high pass filter there, and it goes from 0 up to 150 hertz, or that's 150. I'm not going to show you it on there. I'm going to show you it on Logic because it's kind of just a little bit easier to see. We have it here as well. So if we take a look at normally it's over there. If we take a look at the sidechain section and our filter, we can have it off or on. And this is the same thing. We're essentially applying the high pass filter. So what a high pass filter does on the compressor is that it doesn't react to low frequencies. You can change it on the Logic compressor to be band pass, low pass, whatever you want. There's a video that I'll link somewhere about really going into that. But essentially you can make it so that it's not triggered by the low end. That's the salient point though, and it's not the fact that it doesn't compress the low end. It does still compress the low end. That sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? And it's hard to imagine it in these terms. So let's put it in a practical sense. Let's see exactly how it works. So what I've got here then is a drum mix. Let's take a little listen to it. I've got a stupid EQ on a kick drum because that's going to be useful in a moment. Have a listen. No compression taking place there at all. If I bring a load of low end in on the kick drum, still no compression happening at all. What about if I turn this high pass filter off? Okay, it's starting to react, it's starting to compress. So I've got this high pass filter set at like 150 hertz. When I'm boosting a load of low end into the compressor, it's going to start reacting. It's going to start compressing stuff because there's loads of energy in low end. So when I turn this filter off, it's just a plain compressor, no side chain. It's got loads of low end in it, so it's going to start compressing. If I turn this filter on and bring it like all the way down, it's still going to be compressing. But as I raise this frequency, as I raise the high pass filter frequency, it's going to start compressing less because it's allowing less of that low end into the detector circuit. Let's just see that. And you're going to see this needle moving far less as I bring this up. By the time I get to like 140, it's completely gone. Yeah, so by the time it gets to 100 hertz, it's basically gone. It's not feeding the detector anymore. And you can see that, you know, at 100 hertz, we're at 117 hertz as near as damn it. So that's the point at which we're adding a low end. So that's the first part of it. That's why it's not affecting it as much, but it's still affecting that low end, and we can prove that. So although we've got that coming in and it's not actually moving that much, let's just take a listen to it again and make it so it's not moving at all. Okay, let's bring down the threshold, and we're going to hear that it's actually still compressing that low end. It's just not reacting to the low end. Make sense? Let's bring this threshold down. You can hear because that low end's getting kind of crunchy. Let's bring the attack all the way down so you're going to get really crunchy. It's still compressing that low end. If I bring the bypass in, just bring it up a little bit so it's a bit better matched. So let's take a listen to this before any of the high pass filter, and then with the high pass filter engaged, you're going to hear a difference. So starting off without the high pass filter. Opens it up a bit. Really closed off. Bring that attack up slightly. That kick, punching through a bit more. Look at the amount of compression happening here. Maximum of 10. And then with that high pass filter off, it's compressing way more. And that's because it's actually being asked to detect that low end. It's actually saying, right, this low end is coming in, listen to it, and then compress. So that's the point here, really. When you have a high pass filter in the sidechain circuit of a compressor, it's just about the detector, how the compressor is saying, what is it you want me to listen to in order to know when to compress. If you add the high pass filter there, then none of the low end is coming into that. So the low end, excessive low end, is not going to trigger the compressor. The compressor, though, is still going to function on the entire signal. So a low end is still going to get compressed. It's just that it's not going to be activated by excessive low end. And why is this important? Well, if you've got a bass heavy mix, then you don't want that low end, which has got loads and loads of energy, to start activating the compressor, because the threshold is going to be met far earlier by that low end than mids or highs. So that's going to just start making everything kind of crap out. So it's useful for that, but it's important to understand that it doesn't stop it compressing the low end. Still compresses the low end, compresses absolutely everything. It's just not activated by low end. I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense to you, please drop us a comment down the bottom and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. I think that's the best way I can kind of explain it. It is a little bit of a weird system when you try and think about a compressor and how it's being activated, and then why is it that if you're not feeding low end into it, it's still compressing the low end. It's just kind of the way they work. But leave us a comment and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care.